Oh no, I didn't. Ooh, no, come back, cake. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. Okay, so we're gonna get started with our cake with the usual suspects. I have my 8 ounces of cream cheese and 3 sticks of salted butter. And all 3 of these ingredients here, or both of these ingredients here, are room temperature. Okay, so we're going to turn the mixer on and let it start slowly. And this is my Cuisinart mixer fitted with the whisk attachment. While that's mixing, I'm going to add about a tablespoon or 2 of pure vanilla, probably 2 tablespoons, because I like vanilla. I'm going to add a teaspoon of cream bouquet. Now that that has mixed just a little bit, I wanted to get the butter and the cream cheese started first. I'm going to scrape down the side of my bowl here. This is a very important part of the process, scraping down the side of the bowl. And to this, I'm gonna add 3 cups of sugar. And we're gonna let this mix until it is light and fluffy, and I will show you what that looks like at the end. We are almost there. I just see a few yellow spots, but maybe another minute or 2 and we will be at the texture of creaminess that is necessary for a nice, fluffy, and tender cake. This, my friends, is what light and fluffy looks like, and this is the consistency that you want to achieve. Now we are ready to add our eggs in, 1 at a time. And we're gonna mix on medium speed until the yolk disappears. And this part of the process you do not want to overmix. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit to make sure that all the yolk is evenly distributed. And of course, we scrape down the side of the bowl. Now it's time to add our flour. I have 3 cups of Swan's Down cake flour. We're gonna mix on low. We're gonna add in a teaspoon of baking powder. And now we're gonna add in milk, and we're gonna alternate in between the wet and the dry. So I have half a cup of milk, and I'm gonna add half a cup of pineapple juice to this, and we're going to go back and forth between the wet and dry. So we're gonna add just a little bit of our milk and pineapple juice mixture. Cup of flour, mix on low. Our last bit of milk and pineapple mixture. Last cup of flour. Mix on low. And I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit to make sure that the outer edges get incorporated, and then we're gonna take it off the mixer. And I want to show you what this consistency looks like now. Of course, we always stop to scrape down the side of the bowl. But this is what the consistency looks like now. I'm going to remove the mixing bowl from the stand here and mix the rest by hand, and then we'll be ready to prepare our bundt pan. So what you see here is 2 cups of blueberries that I have just kind of razzle-dazzled with 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, which will keep the blueberries from all settling at the bottom. I also mixed in a teaspoon of pineapple extract, okay? Just to give it a little bit of citrus. And I'm going to fold these blueberries into the cake batter. So here's my cake batter here. And I'm just going to fold them in just a little at a time. Let's start off with the cup. And when these blueberries bake in, they're going to create a beautiful plum color. All right, our blueberries are folded in and we're ready to prepare our cake pan and add the batter into the cake pan. So I have my Nordic Ware anniversary bundt pan. And typically I would spray this with baking spray and then flour it. But today we're just gonna spray it generously with vegetable oil, or whatever kind of oil that you have, cooking oil. Don't forget the tube. And we're gonna sit this to the side. And now the second star of the show, which are the pineapples. So what we're gonna do is take these pineapples and lay them in the bottom of the bundt pan. If you see the slits in the bundt pan, we're gonna cut them in half and then lay the pineapples vertically in the bundt pan and then pour the cake batter on top of that. And my oven is preheated to 315 degrees. So we're gonna take the pineapples here, cut them in half. Okay, so we have our pineapple halves. And we're going to sit them in the bundt pan as so. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and the batter's gonna go on top of that. And of course, I have a few halves left over and I'm just going to eat those, you know, pineapples for health. And I have reserved the remainder of that pineapple juice that we'll use in the glaze later. Here's our cake batter that we're now going to pour on top of the pineapples. I saw a video of someone doing this and it looks so cool, and I hope mine turns out as good as his did. If I can find the clip, I'll insert his reel into the video. I already see some of the pineapples starting to shift. Oh no! This is a very thick batter. It's a lot of batter. So please make sure that you put this in a bundt pan that's gonna have enough room for the cake to rise. We don't want any mishaps with that. When I first started baking, I made the mistake several times of using a pan that was too small. And I couldn't figure out why my cakes were always falling and what was the issue, and that was an easy fix. And I realized, you know, by trial and error, Ashley, you don't have enough room in your bundt pan. Now I want to take my spatula and just smooth it out across the top. Just a little bit here. And hopefully the flour keeps the blueberries from falling to the bottom. And I know some of them will sink, but my hope is that some of them will rise to the occasion. All right, so I'm going to give it just a few gentle taps because I don't want to disturb, this is heavy. I don't want to disturb the pineapples all too much because they already were starting to shift. But this is a lot of batter, and I'm hoping that I have enough room in my pan for my cake to rise, honestly, but I should have enough room. Okay, so our cake is ready to go in the oven. I have preheated my oven to 315 degrees. This, as thick as this is, I'm sure this will take all of 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Oh, she certainly rose to the occasion. Look at that. And I don't know if you can see like the dark spots in that where the blueberries are. This smells amazing. So this needs to cool for a while because if I try and glaze it now while it's super hot, all it's gonna do is melt into the cake. So we're gonna let this cool. I'm gonna put my tent over it and then we'll dump and glaze. Isn't that beautiful? Yay. All right. I think the cake has cooled well enough. I hope so anyway. And I did not flour this pan, so I'm a little bit nervous. Oh gosh, that's still very hot. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, come back, cake. Ooh. Blood off. Wait, get back on there, cake. Oh. Oh gosh, my goodness. Whew. Well, y'all, that was almost a disaster, but it didn't stick. So that's the inside of the pan, completely clean, no stickage. This is what the cake is looking like. I kind of feel like maybe it should have baked longer. I don't know. I'm nervous. Y'all, I don't know if it's done. Like, I kind of want to flip it back into the pan. Because I feel like it should be brown, but I have never baked with pineapples like this before. All right, so y'all go with me on this. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, so I'm gonna put some foil on my cooling rack and I'm gonna try and slide the cake onto the cooling rack and then put the cooling rack on top of the pan. Oh. Oh no, 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 no. Oh. Oh no. Dang, that's good. Well, it's certainly not finished baking. Wow. Well, y'all. This is a total disaster. Dang, that's good. Okay, well, I didn't know how else to finish baking it. Y'all are gonna see everything firsthand. I haven't had like a disaster in the kitchen in a very long time, but putting it back in the oven. Y'all, I'm devastated. This is an epic fail. Okay, so I put it back in the oven. Child, I don't know what I'm doing. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. It had so much potential. What do I do with this? I mean, do I make blueberry crumble? Like I have my powdered sugar prepared for a glaze. I don't even want to put no glaze on this. Like, why would I glaze this? Well, I'm just going to eat it straight from the cooling rack because this is ridiculous. I know that it tastes good because I tasted it when I first took it out of the oven. I guess, what do we call this? Blueberry and pineapple pound cake crumble. Lord bless this blueberry crumble in your name, Lord Jesus, amen. That blew up. Devastated. I mean, I don't know, started sweating. This video is gonna be a mess. So on my napkin, I have a pineapple, some blueberries, some of the crust. That's all I got. The blueberries are delicious. Tastes like muffins. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It just looks bad. I mean, I would tell y'all this is a must try, but obviously, I don't want it to come out like this. So let's talk about what we've learned from this situation. Number one, if you use vegetable oil in a bundt pan, there will be no stickage. We know that blueberries and pineapples go very well together. We know that if you try and bake this cake, it's gonna have to bake for longer than an hour and a half. I had it in for an hour and a half at 315 degrees. We know don't ever try to transfer a cake. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, guys. This had the potential to be a decadent, beautiful, moist cake. Maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I haven't had a mishap like this in a long time. Like a video that I did over a year ago, and I might put it somewhere. Editing Ashley might add it in later, but I really haven't done anything like this in the kitchen in a very long time. But you know, it happens. I'm dedicated to giving you this content, so I could have very easily scrapped this cake and scrapped the video, but I'm not doing that because it's important to see every aspect and everything that happens in the kitchen. And all this means is that I just need to try it again. I don't know. But we have come to the end of another video, and I thank you for spending just a little bit of time with me here today. If you have made it this far in the video, if you've seen me mix, bake, flip, dip, when I put my hand upon your hip, when I dip, you dip, we dip. You've seen me crumble a cake. If you've seen me do all of this, whether you hate the video or love the video, please interact. But definitely throw those thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below. I'm curious to hear your take on the situation. How can I salvage the cake? What can I do? I just don't know. If you've come back and this is your third, fourth, fifth, or sixth time and you haven't hit subscribe, we are in a committed relationship. I need for you to hit that subscribe button and commit to the channel, please. Definitely don't, well, I would say share the recipe. I mean, you might want to share the video for entertainment purposes. I don't know. If I can find the clip of the guy that actually did it well, I'll put his information in the description box so that you can actually see what it's supposed to turn out like, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm done. My name is Ashley Richardson, and that's Miss Richardson to you if you are a student watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Bye.